What's good? What's good? What's good? Hey, can you guys hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me good. I was on mute, but I'm up now. Let me see. Let me see if it's working. Check this mic real quick. Yo, looks like it's good. Okay. All right, good. What's up? Salute. Everybody, welcome in the building. It's been definitely a minute, but we here. We are here. They said this mic was supposed to be decent. Let me see if it. Y'all let me know if it sounds. You can hear me clearly. Bruce in the building. Salute. Jamal in the building. JP in the building. Salute. Chat GPT thumbnail. Got the planes going over. Give me a second. David in the building. Salute. Oh man. Yeah, fellas. We are here. We here. I step back in the game and see what's going on. And talk about what's been going on since I've been gone, everything that's going on new. So we got a lot of things to talk about today. Since I'm late, I want to get right into it and kick it off with the video that I saw today. And the video that I saw today was from homeboy Milano. Milano was out here trying to flood the streets with videos, but he's talking about Scam Island again, and I figured Scam Island has not been on my algorithm, thank God. You know what I'm saying? Scam Island has been off my algorithm for a long time, and I'm glad that it is for the moment. But he raised some points that you just can't let people say things that's not necessarily true. And so these things that are not necessarily true, I want to address it and make sure that these new people that are traveling to these islands don't take what he's saying as truth or be or to have a bad time off of bad information, right? And it's not entirely all bad information, but some of it is. So I'm gonna play this video. Y'all coming in late or y'all watching this later on, y'all see this, you'll see it. I'm gonna play this video, fair use from YouTube. I don't think Milano's gonna sue me, but I always scam. Oh man. Let's see what he says in this video before we go ahead and get into and lay into Scam Island. Let me see. It's been so long since I've been using this the whole controls changed, but let's go. Boom. Here we go. So Milano dropped this video today. You guys let me know if you can see it. There we go. I want you guys to go ahead and listen in to him. Let me know if you can hear what he's saying. If you have not seen this video, I'm gonna play it for you guys to hear.
On my phone, I wrote it down to myself. The top 3 downfalls of Passport Bros in the Dominican Republic.
Hold on. That's not it. That's not the one. Hold on. That's not the one he put that I played. I think he might have took it down. That's crazy if he took it down, though. Wild work. That would be wild if he took it down. Milano, where you at? Did you take that video down, sir? Stop playing with the team. Here it goes. Here it goes. Here's the This Scam Island video. Yo, Milano act like it's his first time there. It's crazy. Here we go. Let's get it.
Milano back at it again with another video, guys. And I just want to talk about this. I got to talk about this. Being in the Dominican Republic, it's going almost a month now, but I've been living here for 4 months before. And I'll say this. One thing I noticed about the women in the Dominican Republic, there's a lot of broken women in the Dominican Republic. And that's the topic, the POV of this vlog today. There's a lot of broken women in the Dominican Republic. I say this to say, guys, there's women who have been abused, used, mistreated, and now they feel like when they come across a man, it's either fight or flight. And when I mean to say fight or flight, fighting is literally, but either take advantage of the man, fighting, getting aggressive, taking advantage of the man and being the aggressor, and taking advantage of the man before the man takes advantage of them, or flight, just pushing men away. Sorry, it's early in the morning, just trying to.
Okay, so here's the deal with Mulano's situation. What he's saying, fellas, is Mulano is speaking from a perspective of, again, or we'll start everything over because I've been so long, and maybe new people will come in and they won't think that I've been saying these things for a long time. But let's start over. If you don't speak the language, you don't really get the full understanding of what they're saying to you, or deep enough to have conversations with these people over there. So he's speaking from his basic interactions of women over there. You know what I'm saying? That is fight or flight, right? Whatever that means. Hold on, the plane's going by. So fight or flight. These women are in a situation over there, and I'm only speaking about Scam Island, where no matter what you say or what you do, you are looked at, as far as anybody that's a foreigner, you're looked at as a meal ticket. It don't matter. That's the first. Like, they're not going to date you unless these boxes is checked off, right? You know? So fight or flight, like, we've heard those war stories about Scam Island. We've heard those stories about men that have been with these women and given them everything that they wanted and more, but still these women find some type of way to mess it up, or to have some side ninjas or shit like that, right? So we're looking at it from that perspective. He's looking at it from it seems like he's looking at it from a freshman first couple times there perspective, when he's been there millions of times. So maybe Santo Domingo is new for him, but he's not understanding that island is permanently corrupted. I am going to go on the record and say some things that people won't say. That place is permanent. There is never, ever in the history, for as long as the world will still be here, there's no saving that place. It'll never change. The way that they are is the way that they are. So you got to either deal with it or don't. I chose not to, and I left. Other people have chose not to and left. People still come back. What is that place now without the glory days or the places to go when it was popping? It's you got to find it. You got to find it how you get it. But people are starting to understand, the ease of certain places that you would travel on that island versus actually going into these cities and dealing with how they are and how they're brought up. It's ugly. So no, man, these bitches are rotten from the core, bro, from the beginning, from birth.
Get my train of thought together. But yeah, guys, a lot of these women have been, misused and abused. They don't trust men. Even when I was
facts. I'm gonna tell you facts. Let me facts. He's telling the truth on this part. I don't think there is any set of women in any place in the entire world. Listen to me. There is no woman or race of women or country of women that have been cheated on as many ways as the Dominican woman has been cheated on. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, they used to say, that I think it was Mogadishu. They used to say this in Mogadishu, right? That if there's any way that a person can die from a gun has happened in Mogadishu. They said that. Any way that a woman can get cheated on, any way has happened on Scam Island, fam. Like any way, like that's a fact. They just like they invent new ways to cheat on their significant other over there in Scam Island. I'm amazed at the stories that I've collected over the years of how these women get cheated on and with who. You know what I'm saying? You go from look, fam, you go from anywhere from the mother sleeping with the boyfriend or the husband to the sister to the grandfather. I've even heard the dad sleeping with the boyfriend and all that over there. So, bro, any way that a woman can get cheated on or scam out, it has happened. But that don't mean they have to be the way they are. Let's continue on.
On a date with one of these Dominican women, you know, the one I'm talking to now, she was like, oh, you must have a lot of girls. You must have a lot of girls. And I'm like, no, I really don't. But she doesn't trust men because a lot of men she went across, they have multiple women in this country. Guys, I know some of you guys are like, oh, these women run game. These women use these guys. Well, listen, guys, I don't know all the stories, but I'm going to tell you this. A lot of times when guys are getting used and abused, when they bring the female over, there's a couple of things. One, they're not scanning the girl. She's probably a pre-paga, pay for play. They're not telling you that because they're embarrassed to put that out there. Two, she's showing signs of pay for play. Guys is not talking about that. They're ignoring that. And three, certain red flags, they're not sensing, or they don't want to sense, or they want to just blow it off because the girl has a nice body. She cooks for them. She's given that treatment they never had. So they kind of blow that off as far as the red flags. And then
he's right on this one. We've talked this to death. But for the people that will see this as new subs or new people coming across these videos, you're going to be treated like absolute kings, fellas. We all know, we've all been there. You're going to be treated like absolute kings. But just like my sister used to say, I don't trust you as far as I could throw you. That's how it is over there. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be treated well. You're going to be taken care of. Everything's going to be lovely. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be rocking. But you can't trust that situation over there because there's always a scam to it. And then he goes on and gets into like talking about, you know what I'm saying? I'll let you guys hear it because it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy that there's acceptance to that bullshit, and you should never accept bullshit. You should always start this conversation like this, fellas. You should always accept somebody. Someone should always be morally at least balanced, right? Respectful, understanding that you don't owe me shit, I don't owe you shit, and we just coexist in this world. We're sharing this world. So let's try to be cool with each other. And if we can't be cool with each other, then don't treat each other bad. But you got people that to them it may be survival mode, but they're always trying to get over on the next person, not worried about what happens after you get over on that next person. You take in effect the situation in Colombia where the women come into the apartment in Medellin and they're trying to scope and mean the guys. After they get what they got and they leave, they don't care what happens to the person after that. And that's what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather you strong arm rob me and then go ahead and get up out the way rather than, you know what I'm saying, put me in a vulnerable state and leave me there like not knowing if I'm gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. Like if I'm gonna rob somebody, like I'm not trying to kill you. I'm trying to get you up out of there. Now, if you're trying to defend yourself, cool. But if you're trying to do something where I'm like, all right, it's a little too much, I'm gonna have to put you out. But turn their TV off, like they said. But I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to just get what's off of you and get up out of there. These people, and then You know, oh, homie's all right. Yeah, homie got robbed. He's all right. They don't worry about you after that. They don't worry about you economically. They don't worry about you emotionally over there. They want to get what they got to get about you, and then they move on to the next. And that's the dirty work about that island that I've always hated. It's just dirty work. But yeah, let me hear what he's got to say more about.
It gets too late when they already marry him and bring him over to the States. Now they're like, yo, what happened? But not all Dominican women are like that, guys. You can actually find a good wife, a good girlfriend in Dominican Republic, guys. I know you guys are probably saying the haters,
in the building, salute.
Naysayers, even
SV,
the critics, and say, "Oh, Milano, why are you married?
Ulysses,
Milano, why you don't have a girlfriend yet?" Because I've been in my own phase, guys. That's why. And I actually had a girlfriend in the Republic. You know what I mean? But again, I let her go because I felt like I wasn't good enough for her. Meaning, I wasn't in the right mind frame to commit myself to her. So instead of abusing her and trying to take advantage and just use her for sex, I was just like, let me let her go and we can still be friends. And I want her to be with somebody that's going to treat her right. Again, guys, you might look at these women and say, oh, they're all chapidoras. And one of the guys in comments was like, well, Milano, even if you're not paying for them as pros or ladies of the night, you're still gonna pay for them either way, and they're still the same. But guys, you gotta understand where you're coming to. You're coming to a third world country. I told you the types of women you're gonna run into. At the end of the day, if they don't have a job, they're not making income. What do you expect? If you was in a third world country and somebody came to you and had all these opportunities, had money, you was in a third world country and somebody came to you.
So here is the situation that makes Scam Island a unique place, right? Guys, here's a little homework right quick. Here's a little homework. Can somebody in the chat tell me what's the median salary of Scam Island versus the median salary in Brazil, Colombia? I won't use Panama because they make a little bit more money, but what's the median salary in these places? I think that Scam Island today in 2026, they're making their salaries a little bit higher than other places, right? You take the Philippines, you take Thailand, you take other places Thailand, I think they make good money in Thailand, but you take other places that people frequent and they don't make as much money, but you're treated with a little bit more dignity and respect, right? And that's the problem with Scam Island. They just don't respect. They're too close to the United States. We've always said that. So you take into account it's a third world country, yeah, but there's other third world countries where you're not getting scammed out of, you're not getting played with, you're not getting jerked around emotionally, you're not putting your life at risk. And when I say putting your life at risk, fellas, if a guy goes over, we all know these stories. If you go over there, you get a little girlfriend and you think she's exclusive and you barebacking on her, you barebacking, fellas, you understand? Barebacking. And then you find out she's sleeping with 10 other guys that their flights land next week. Like, while work, your life's at risk. So no, there's other places that have a moral compass better than that island. So nah. So this is the last part I want to hear about him. Then we're gonna get on to other things. So just bear with me.
And had all these opportunities, had money, you wouldn't try to get help. It's a survival tactic. But again, if you can provide a help or provide them with a job, and I'm not talking about that type of job. I know what you guys getting at. I'm not talking about they doing something for you, some extra type stuff, and you paying them. I'm talking about like if you have a business, you hire them, have them work and make money, then they don't have to struggle. You know what I mean? A lot of jobs, there's not a lot of jobs out here for a lot of the people.
Okay. And that's it. That's the it for Milano. Let me comment on what he just said. That's very true. There's not a lot of jobs over there, fellas. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's not. But at the same time, We're talking about the island, and their educational system is not the greatest. You feel me? Um, the island is probably the worst educated country in this whole Western hemisphere, right? So give them a job. What could they do? What could she do for you to help your business, except either cook some food? If it's a food business, you're gonna win. If it's a bar, you setting up a bar, she can bartend. But if you dealing with databases or manipulating CRMs, which is customer relationship management tools, or you're dealing with, you know what I'm saying, some inventory or some product, you ain't getting no help. You ain't getting no help. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you start a cleaning agency or massage service, maybe you'll get some help there. But I mean, what you gonna do? The situation over there is grave, you know what I'm saying? And as you see, like, things are starting to change, and thank God. And I think I'll definitely be back over there, but I'm not in no hurry. Look, I got a bunch of cigars over there, and I haven't even been back because I have no desire to go over there. My brother-in-law, he's gonna go. We'd probably be over there December, January, something like that. But other than that, I'm not pressed to go. My brother-in-law, they're gonna be over there. And usually we just be at their house chilling, but I'm not pressed to be over there at all. So it's like, no. So Mulano, I don't know if he's trying to save some hoes or something. I don't know what he's trying to do, but nah, that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. We're not gonna make DR look great and mislead the people and try to get people to feel bad for some Tatianas and some, because look, no matter what you go through in your life, at the end of the day, you make the decision to do what you do. You make the decision to be who you are. You make the decision and the choices to fuck somebody over or not. So it's on you. They do that shit with quite ease, and that shit is not good. And they know the difference between right and wrong. They do. Because they will say to you very quickly, Dios te bendiga, y voy a orar por ti, yo creo en Dios, Jesucristo, ayúdame. All that bullshit, right? All that bullshit that they say. They understand the Bible is very clear in things that it says. And I'm pretty sure they got the same versions that we have. So they're reading the moral compass. They just chase the bread. Anybody, bro, I don't got no money. I don't got no problems with bag chasers at all. I applaud all the guys that, and all the women and men that chase bags. But I don't trust bag chasers. I don't trust bag chasers because bag chasers most of them tend not to value the human aspect of it. I'm broke as hell. I'm broke. I don't got millions of dollars in the bank. I'm broke as in on the scale of people live in affluent. I don't have that lifestyle. And if I had to make a decision where somebody's going to drop off a bag of millions of dollars, somebody could drop off $1 billion on me to sacrifice or to compromise my moral compass, it's not going to happen. I'm not constructed that way. No amount of money is going to put me in a compromising situation of my morals and values for nothing. I'm crafty. I can make it happen. I can make it happen. Like if I was ever in a situation where, like, I'm outside, no crib, no roof over my head, we're gonna figure something out. We're gonna make something out. We're gonna make paper airplanes. I don't give a shit what, but I'm not gonna sacrifice my moral character and my dignity for $1. That's not how I'm built. I believe too much in God for that. And it seems like that island is like a cesspool of devilness and debauchery and non-moral character and bad judgments and low education and fuckery. But I'll tell you what they do have. They do have them yams over there. Yes, sir. They do have them yams. And they still got some baddies over there. So I ain't gonna hold you. And them beaches are still fire. So I ain't gonna hold you. I can understand why guys go over there. Continue. But BLB's not gonna go over there. And we ain't gonna tell people that, to feel bad for them people. Fuck out of here. Anyways, we 27 minutes and we can swear now. Yeah. Now, the topic of this video was what the fuck? What did I title this bitch? What the hell did I title this bitch? Y'all gotta go home. What did I say? Y'all gotta go home, something like that. Anyways, the point of that was I came across a video, and I think it was a CNN video. Let me try to find that. There was a video that I watched where basically homeboy was like, they're starting to kick people out of Thailand. They're starting to revoke. So Thailand is in, I guess things have been happening in Thailand, fights, scams, you know, people, Westerners or Southern Australian guys bringing their bullshit to Thailand and have been fucking up the ecosystem over there. So, you know, you got fights, you got dudes scamming hoes, you got all types of shit going on in Thailandia. And they want people to go home. They want people to go home, and they also want people to, they've also limited the visa. So I guess apparently, I think I should have called Dutchy. I should have called Dutchy before this, but apparently you were getting a 60-day visa on entry. Now they're shrinking it to 30 days. Has anybody seen that news clipping about Thailandia, which is crazy? I mean, you got the locals fighting people. You got the locals. They water hose the dude in that video. I'm gonna see if I can pull this video up for y'all. So y'all, if y'all didn't see it, I'm gonna pull it up. I got it. See what these yeah.
Thailand just banned tourism.
Thailandia. Wild work. Check it out.
Just banned a tourist for kicking an immigration gate at Bangkok's main airport. And authorities
Watch
Thailand just banned a tourist for kicking an immigration gate at Bangkok's main airport. And authorities in Phuket deported 2 tourists accused of indecent sexual conduct in the back of a tuk-tuk. These are just the latest examples of visitor behavior many here in Thailand say is out of control. From late-night brawls outside bars to tourists at Songkran surrounding a local driver with water guns. There's a flood of viral videos accusing visitors of disrespectful and sometimes criminal behavior, like these tourists accused of smashing decorative streetlights. Many here say enough is enough. Thailand welcomed nearly 33 million foreign visitors last year in a post-COVID tourism push. Officials say a small number of tourists are behaving badly, overstaying visas, working illegally, even running underground businesses. Thailand's prime minister is now ordering stricter enforcement against behavior that, quote, contradicts Thailand's fine culture, especially cases involving drugs. This comes as Thailand moves to tighten rules around marijuana. It was the first country in Asia to decriminalize cannabis. Now Thailand is ending its 60-day visa-free program for travelers from more than 90 countries and territories worldwide, including the US, cutting most days to 30 days. Many hope the changes will help make Thailand safer and less chaotic for everyone. Thailand just banned a tourist for kicking an immigration gate at Bangkok's main airport. And authorities in Phuket deported 2 tourists accused of indecent sexual conduct in the back of a tuk-tuk. These are just the latest examples of visitor behavior many here in Thailand say is out of control. From late-night brawls outside bars to tourists at Songkran.
So that's what's going on in Thailandia. Y'all see what's happening in Thailandia? You got people going crazy. Like who? Like from all accounts that I've been told about Thailand is that, listen, things are cheap over here. You can get in somewhere. It's cheap. The cribs are cheap. Hotels cheap. You pay, man, $500 for 2 months, like crazy shit like that. How in the fuck do you decide to have, can't say that, to have relations in the back of a public bus or van or tuk-tuk or whatever the hell they call it? You know what I'm saying? I've never been over there yet, so I don't know what's going on over there. But it's like, God damn, it's like you guys you can't act right nowhere. Like act right nowhere. Like Thailand people are welcoming you. And let me just say this for the Thai people, because I keep seeing these videos about Thailand, man, and I'm pretty sure you guys seen it. Thailand people, they look small, they look unassuming, right? But don't I keep seeing these videos, these Thailand people whooping some ass? Like, y'all better stop playing with them Thailand people because they keep whooping ass. All the videos I see is them whooping some ass, and it don't be one of them. Like, some people, it's a weird culture that I see over there on these videos. Like, people don't even be in they be in them shops and shit, and then they see a Thailand guy whooping ass on an American guy or a foreign guy from another place. They all jump in. Like, y'all better chill out over there. When y'all go over there, be cool. Them Thailandese, whatever the hell they are, they whooping ass. Don't get caught up by a little 5'5" dude, man. Getting sorry for anybody's 5'5". Let's go 5'1", 5'1", 5'1" dude. You know what I'm saying? And you getting the shit, you getting the feats, and you getting the Beats by Dre put on you by Mama San in the massage parlor that you just went and got a rub tug from the other day. Like, it's crazy. Y'all better chill out over there. Don't do that. Don't do that in Thailandia. Little daddy. So y'all better chill out. So what's left? I mean, there's stories. There's also stories in Brazil where things have been going on. We've seen the stories in Brazil. Anybody thinking about that? Anybody ever checked up on Fred to see if they let that man get parole, or did he get bailed out? What's he doing? He's doing hard life. I worry about the little dude, man. But I got to check into that to see what his case is. But in the end, for that Thailand situation is, man, don't mess that place up. Y'all go over there and be cool. I was talking in the group, the PLPU, shout out to the PLPU the other day, and we was talking in the group, fellas, right? And so in the group, we were saying, like, the basics of travel, fellas, like the basics. This you land at a place, you select your little hotel, Airbnb, you land in a place, you got whatever shorty you dealing with, or you got the access to the shorties you dealing with. You know, you grab your shorty, you do what you do. How nice is it though? How relaxing is it for you to get a bottle, bring a bottle or something, or maybe grab a couple beers or something, go to the beach, grab a table, sit down under the little canopy with your shorty next to you with some music, some cigars if you smoke, and just relax. Ain't nothing crazy. We ain't going crazy. We ain't throwing money. We ain't in the favelas. We ain't in the streets. We just enjoying the vacation how the vacation should. In and out of these restaurants, little bar club music, go dancing a little bit. Like, be cool. We got a question in the POPU the other day about Nicaragua. And I was basically saying in the group to the brothers, I was like, listen, Nicaragua is a place that you can't wild out. You can't, because it's like what I was told when I was in Nicaragua. It was like a surveillance state. Like, they watch you for everything, but they don't mess with you because the only time that I seen or heard that people, Americans specifically, got messed with is when they coming in and out, because we got to pay money to come in and out. That's the only thing I've heard. Like, and you know, they got some type of feeling towards us, but they don't do nothing to us. You go in there, you chill, you keep it cool, you bring no attention to yourself, you get in, you get out, and you stay whole. You know what I'm saying? That's what we should be doing while we travel. I mean, I don't know. I get and I do understand that when you're in amongst a group of guys, that it's a nice atmosphere. You're with the fellas and you want to turn up. I get it. But be cool, because some of these places is going to get tired of your asses and kick you out like Thailand is, or limit your visas. And I go back to 2022 when certain people were sitting there saying, what that man do don't affect me. That's a lie. Because what that man do could change the laws in that country for your ass not to be able to enjoy your vacation like you used to no more. So, you know what I mean? That's what it is. Let me see what y'all boys talking about before we get into the next joint. BLB's in the building, man. Y'all, well, it's been a while. People see it later. Mulano said, drop the link. Anybody want to hear Mulano? Where's Mulano at? Tell him I dropped the link on his bunk in his bitch ass. Why didn't he tell Mulano, hit me on my phone if you want to get in here and drop the link. I'll drop the link for you. Mulano over there. Yo, Mulano. Mulano's living his life, and I applaud that. But he had I told him he had some things with him that was not things. I don't know what them things was he was with. There was not good things. He had some things you don't want to see. Though he had them things that you don't want to put on the video. Not at all. He had them things. He had a couple of them things that you call when the first 20 things don't answer. You know what I'm saying? But then he did have some lumpage with him. He had some lumpage with him. I don't know if it was with him, but he definitely had him on the video. So salute to Milano living his life. You know what I'm saying? And being real about it. I like that. Being honest about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Instead of running around acting a fool. Let me read what y'all talking about. Oh, yeah, we got that. Yeah, Scam Island is trash. Yeah. Tell Milano come through. Yeah. And that's kind of unfortunate. I'm curious what these guys that were faithful Sosua travelers, I'm curious to know what they're doing now. Like, what's their maneuver after Sosua went through what it's going through or whatever. Like, what's their game plan now? How are they adapting to new situations where you actually have to, you know, have some language skills to some of these chicas, or, you know, be in different places other than there to find your vacation? Or are they actually traveling now and doing travel stuff? Or are they still just landing in a place, grabbing an Airbnb and calling up some talent? Like, I'm curious. I don't really care, but I'm curious. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are guys doing? I used to have this thing where, way back in the day, where I was like, you know, man, guys traveling for box is crazy. But I've had recent conversations, fellas, and I have to tell y'all my enlightenment about some situations. I still don't like hoes. That's never gonna change. I don't like putas. I don't like that. But what I'm gonna tell you is this: spending the last year and so confined to the States again and seeing what life is like versus what life could be, I get it. Like, I get it. But what I never got was like the bragging part of it or putting it online. I didn't like that online stuff. I think we all pretty much could agree, like putting your escapades, and I said that specifically so y'all get it, online is part of the reason why the state of things was in flux the way it was, primarily because people were seeing it that were decision makers in these countries, and they didn't like it. They didn't like it. They still don't like it. But how I was told, if you shut the F up, right? If y'all shut the fuck up and just do what you do, there's never a problem about it. When you ask who's to blame about the situations going on or that had gone on over the past 3 years, who's to blame? Who's to blame? Who did this? Who did this? Here's who's to blame. I'm finally gonna say it. Guys, I was part of this, so I'm gonna put myself in there for things that I've done. YouTubers were to blame. YouTubers, these travel YouTubers were to blame, giving guys a false narrative of what really how things really are and how things should be over in these countries. Guys went over there. Oh, they're falling out the sky, and not realizing the great responsibility that, yeah, I'm putting this on camera, and not everybody can handle this type of situation or these type of events. Like, for instance, I got friends and family that I know that putting them in certain environments wouldn't be a good thing. You know what I'm saying? They just wouldn't be able to handle it. You know what I'm saying? I got a cousin that I definitely know I could not bring to a spot like Sosua or like Rio or like any place where there's P for P going on. I couldn't bring them, or like a gentleman's club atmosphere in the third world. I couldn't, because it's not as restrictive as home, and it's free. And this dude will be very disrespectful. We would probably get kicked out. I know what would happen. Can't just bring everybody with you. So you know, they didn't know better. They was trying to get views and all that shit. I get it. But they were not putting people in the best. They were not giving the best information, saying, hey, yo, respect this, respect that, respect this. And you know what I'm saying? You could have a good time over there, but y'all got to be cool. This is a nice atmosphere. Like there was, or this is an atmosphere. They were not giving you that. I don't even know if they had the wherewithal to give brothers that information to travel there, travel over there and do good. Pimping and slowing, or P and H-ing, has been around for years. It's never going to die. It's always going to be something. It's always going to be there, which is cool. And I'm all for a man working hard and doing what he do, or he just has a tough go at life and a tough stretch, right? Things ain't going right. Shit's problems. Somebody died. Somebody wife divorced him. You know what I'm saying? Or found out his wife was getting DP'd by the two neighbors, like some shit like that, right? And he want to slide out and just detox and unplug. Those places is perfect for these guys, and they're gonna be here for you guys. But just like a situation where you have a apartment that you share as a roommate, yo, we got to keep this crib clean. We got to keep it right because we want to enjoy this. So I think that was the failure. Like, just chill out, yo. Just enjoy this. Like, keep it the way you found it, because you know what I'm saying, people trying to enjoy it. We've seen so much change over the past 5 years of ups and downs. Can we go? Can we not go? This is closed. They're throwing people out. You can't even get through the airport. People on pins and needles, like, damn, am I gonna get to the airport? I got a pass, criminal record. I was in them streets. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't know because of things that came before us. What I did find out, and speaking of that actual point, is if you have no history of SA or active cases of, like, I'm on trial. Well, first of all, if you're on trial, you can't slide out. You shouldn't be able to slide out. But knowing this government today, you probably could. But if you have any SA things on you, that's why people have been getting turned away in Colombia. Guys are not going to walk around like we're not going to walk around and say, yo, bro, yeah, I was convicted of SA back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But I'm cool now. It's out my system. So, yeah, I'm out here traveling. Yo, what's up? What we doing later? Nah. Guys ain't going to tell you that. They're going to find out at the airport, and you're going to think, oh, that's my man. Yeah, we cool. And then you find out that he was a whole pedo out here, a whole perv. So these are the things that were happening where we was confused, like, why are they turning these people away? And the further you dig, you find out that Colombia does not want these predators in their country, which Dominican Republic should have did, but Dominican Republic is still wide open for predators. One of them lived there right now. One of them lived there. He moved there. He got kicked out and came back and lived there, which was crazy. Crazy. Yeah, that dude Miko, he's a freak. He lives over there. So that was what's happening in Colombia. But the blame about this situation was definitely the YouTubers, man. Let me get into y'all comments real quick. Let me see what y'all talking about. Yeah, I saw this video earlier today. It was crazy. You disagree with the video? Is that the Thai video or the Mulano video? After losing that was Mulano's video. After losing the fruity QB, he should be doing videos. Yo, what happened to QB, man? Oh man, QB was he was a character, man. Shout out to QB. Man, them emojis that's still going around with him is funny as hell. Brother. Yo, that nigga crazy. Anyways, salute. 'Cause, 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 salute. ' Estoy en vivo. ¿Tú quieres saludar? Ven acá. Saludar. Manda el saludo. Yeah, QB was freaky, man. Let me see. Yeah, those one man Chapios. Yeah, pure. And this. How do you fix your mind to try to humanize these people when that is their game? Like, they're taught the game early, bro, real early. They're taught that a man, the phrase over there is a man knows what a woman needs. Like, what? Yeah, she needs the glizzy, and then more glizzy, and then more glizzy, and then take out the dinner once in a while, take on a trip, be cool, conversate, listen to what she's saying, listen to her stories, and act like you're interested and keep it moving. No, I'm kidding. But nah, when they say that a man knows what a woman needs over there, it always comes to material things with them, man. And that's the shit that's ugly, bro. That's ugly. Me and my brother-in-law had an argument over that. We had a big argument. Like, yo, give her money. I'm like, give her money for what? Fuck out of here. She better figure out how to get it on. She better get it out the mud. And this was a girl that I was dealing with over there. We ain't doing that. They're all about, thank you. That's a fact. All about bread. All about bread. You could have $100 in the bank, $150. You say, I'm gonna give you $50, but this 100, I gotta buy medicine for my heart, right? Yo, she'll want that 100. She'll want it all. Yeah, you really need that? You really need that medicine? I could get something cheaper and get you. She'll get you some Advil or something like that, and call it a day. You'll keel over and die, and she'll be cool with it. Nah, it's too much. Yeah. Hey, yo. Most annoying things about Scam Island, asking for money. Facts. Yeah, Bruce. Yeah. Jay Ted in the building. Salute. Damn shit over there. I realized it's too late. Yeah, it's tough. Fellas, bring it in. I'm gonna tell you something. It is so fucking embarrassing when you realize it. Like, we as humans, like decent human beings, are gifted with the ability to give the benefit of the doubt and to try to empathize or try to understand. But when you realize that they ain't worth a damn, I'm talking about the bitches, it's just like, fuck, I've wasted all my time, my energy, my money to learn this lesson that I wish somebody would have told me. I wish I would have just clicked subscribe on BLB's channel at the height of his messaging service to save me from this. I was out there. People wasn't paying attention. I don't know what it is. I was giving people this smoke. I went through that, so you didn't have to go through that, and people still doing it. Oh, man. Just not a Sasua. Yeah. You got to get you the Sasua, Bruce. Scam Island. OC in the building. Salute. All the boys in here. Ali, salute. Yeah, finally made it. Bruce go to Thailand. He's going to fall in love. Jay Mitch in the building. Where's Jay Mitch at? Where the hell is Jay Mitch? Did I miss Jay Mitch? Where's Jay Mitch? He might be on the grind. The passports were fighting over pros and time. Man, they've been fighting over. You do remember when they was fighting over pros in Cartagena, Colombia, when they was fighting over pros in Brazil. Man, there's always gonna be a situation where a tender dick dude is fighting over some pro shooters. Like, it's always gonna be a situation. you guys just have to stay firm in your belief and your understanding that this is not yours. This is just your time. When you're dealing with pros, it's like it's wild work. It's wild work to me. I still can't fathom. I still to this day can't fathom how, you know what I'm saying, people cuff shorties that are on the dime. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. I still won't understand that. But yeah, that's a no-go. Oh man. Bruce was over there in Thailand messing with them boys. Oh man, Bruce. I heard Thailand is cool, but the women ain't really appealing to me. We're in the same boat. I've seen a few that are very, 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 very pretty in the face, but it's just everything else for me. I'm out of there, bro. I just can't do it. When I told my boy, he's like, yeah, they got some thick ones. I've never seen that South American, Central American, North American ting with them tings. I never seen that over there. And if they are over there, they probably like busy all the time because everybody's on them. But I just seen some like little adolescent built bitches over there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some bitches that look like they like pre-teens, but she's like 35 and been working since she was 13 selling cakes. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm good with all that, bro. Not appealing to me. Like, I'm gonna go. If God willing, I'm gonna make it over there and see what my brother Big J, because he told me, was talking about. He says there's some big joints over there, but you got to be careful when Big J tell you there's some thick joints over there. You got to get, when Big J says, yo, if there's some thick things over there, you got to say, Big J, what you mean by thick things? Like, we talking with the thick things or we talking the thick things? That's what you got to worry about, Big J. Big J likes them. He likes them Southern joints. Shout out to Big J. I might get him married up in my family, bro. Yeah, I heard the men and women will will Muay Thai your ass straight to the hospital. So don't think it's sweet out there. Yeah. That's tough, but it'll be fun to watch. If I was out there on them streets watching an Australian dude or a British dude, you know, them British white dudes love it over there. Them South African and Australian dudes, they love Asia, man. All Asia, they love it. You know what I'm saying? I think I know why, but they love it over there. I love to see them get that, you know what I'm saying? Get smacked up, thinking shit is sweet, thinking you could talk and rule and colonize people. Like, nah, it's not happening. Them Asians ain't playing. Fuck around and find out if you want to. You'll wake up you'll wake up at TSA. Thank you, sir. Have a nice flight. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. Bruce still. Oh man, stop doing that. B.O.B. stay with a piece, but yeah. Nah, that's the she's married. That's the owner of the building. But yeah, I was with a ting, man. This ting, man, she got my mind spinning. I was with one this weekend. It was crazy. She got me thinking about life for real. Like, she got me thinking about life. She was a ting. She was special. Shout out to her. Shout out to my homie Bianca if she's watching. I don't know if Bianca's watching. She don't fuck with me no more. My Jamaican homie. But shout out to her. Nah, we ain't dealing with no Sasua. I wasted a lot of time and money and made the mistake of getting married, and she pulled off the mask when she got to the States. Yeah, man, that was one of the games that I was first taught about Scam Island. Like, that was like, and I didn't really believe it because, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't care if it makes me sound like, you guys know, I never care about how I look. The honesty of it. Yeah, I was chasing to find. I was with a girl for 9 years and it didn't work out, right? And I was chasing like that replacement for a long time, man. That replacement, like a better version of her that understood certain situations, like the cooking, cleaning, like the submissive aspect, but also with, I like a girl with a little attitude, you know what I'm saying? Not too much where you want to strangle her ass, but little attitude. And you know what I'm saying? Somebody that I know I don't have to worry about all the time. Like she's going to hold her own in certain situations. So I was over there chasing it. Yeah, I was over there chasing it. But when I went through those 2 cases of me getting swindled for bread, and when I started to see and meet up with other brothers and hear their stories, the first guy, I met this white guy. I think he was from like Ohio, Detroit, somewhere in the Midwest. And he was telling me about everything he did for his chica and all that, and how she got over on him. And then I started to listen more to the stories. And then I went back home, and a shorty that I was, trying to link up with or met up with, but we never got to spend significant time together. She married a police officer in Detroit. The whole time I'm talking to her, she was in Santo Domingo, and the whole time she's never said she had a boyfriend. Then I find out she's in Detroit, married to a police officer. I'm like, whoa, what is this? Now you calling me, telling me how many hours does it take for you to get here? How far are you away? I'm like, yo, well, what are you talking about? Like in cars, it's gonna take some hours, but in a plane, it's probably like 2-3 hours, nothing crazy. She's like, yo, you should fly here and get a hotel and all that. And I'm like, what? Your man's a police officer. You got 2 kids with this nigga. It was wrong for me. Yo, but we gonna always be best of friends. You know what I'm saying? So she wanted me to go over there and die. That's what she wanted me to do in Detroit. And at that time, I didn't really know nothing about Detroit like that. I didn't know Detroit get it popping like that. I heard stories, but I didn't know it was like that. I'm like, nah, you want me to die. So I started to see things and started to pay attention to things and hear these stories. And after that, man, it was just up for me. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good with this place. It's over with. Game's over. Checked out. On to the next spot. So nah, man. Wasted a lot of money. I would have never brought nobody back to the house, to the crib. I wanted to. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I wanted to. I made attempts to set that up and be in love with a shorty. But then when I found out that love don't exist here, you know what I'm saying? It don't exist here, or it don't exist at least for the gringo dude. Like it's not gonna happen. So it was kind of disappointing, defeating. I was a little upset. I was upset. I was really upset, man. I went into like how do you say, semi-depression or something over there. I was crazy. And this is the famous story that I told people or told y'all, that when Check in Effect was like, yo, you gotta go home, bro. This nigga literally kicked me out of the country. He's like, yo, you gotta go home. Go home, get your ticket, get up out of here. And I was like, yeah. All right. And I left because I was almost on crash out mode over there. So what was bad for me is when I first came to Colombia, I was on that type of mentality, like they are the Dominicans, but they were their own animal. You know what I'm saying? That I had to learn. I had to unlearn that to then go through a few things in Colombia and then learn them and then understand the movements and bullshit. I mean, there's similar shit in Colombia that goes on, but it's not at the level that the Dominicans do, man. The scam island, that island. And for anybody that's Dominican that may see this, I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about the people that are on the island, that live there, that near these tourist areas, or interact with gringos and play those games. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. But yeah. Right. Damn, I'm sorry you had to go through that. I really am, because that's tough. You know, I don't know if you had kids with her, but that's tough, man. That's tough. Look, let me go back. You start thinking about ways to yo, if I put her in if I rent a cement truck, right, and put her in that, right, will they find her? Like, you start thinking about shit. Your mind just starts racing. I'm not saying that. Don't do that. But you start thinking about that. Let's go. Man, B.O.B. don't fall for it, bro. There's Jay Mitch in the building. It's not real, fam. I get it. I get it now. I'm up. I'm hip. Jay Mitch in the building. I want to go to San Pedro Sula, Honduras, but it's mad dangerous. San Pedro, I'll tell you about San Pedro. You'll be cool in San Pedro. You just gotta move a little bit. I haven't been, but I've talked to people who've been, and I've talked to people that were from there when I was in Tegucigalpa. So it was just telling me, like, yeah, it's getting better, but there's still an element of danger. Stay out the way. Don't buy no weed. Just go to and from. Be in the house early. Grab your chica. Hit the beach. Go to the beach somewhere. Stay out the way. You can maneuver. You can maneuver in all dangerous situations. And watching everything that happened with these travelers like Drew and Check and all these other people that have been traveling the world, like, you can be in some dangerous places. You just gotta keep it moving and be cool. So it's not the most dangerous place in the world to go to. I'm gonna tell you that. So you can be cool. Just, stay low key. Watch your back. Pay attention to everything moving, and you can have a good time. So Honduras is a win. It's a W for me. If I have to add W's and L's to places, Honduras, I'll give all of Honduras a W. I'll give it a W. Aesthetically pleasing in the places I've been, it's not. Is there an abundance of joints there? No, but I still stand by my words that Honduran, El Salvadorian, and Guatemalan women are some of the most loyal women in the world. They're not. They don't believe in that cheating vibe, even when they're in the States. So, it's a win. When it comes to the island, is a no-go. When it comes to scamming, Nigerians have got nothing on that. Yo, isn't that a statement though? That's but it's real. It's real. Scam Island. This is what it's called for a reason. Mulano Smoke, I'll drop the link on your bitch ass. What's up? Me no black, me Dominican. Oh man, B.O.B. I bagged the Honduras chick in the States. See, they're good women. They're definitely decent women, and they're cool and they're respectful, and they're the types that'll lift you up and support the family, and strong, decent, moral bound women. I'm gonna give a shout out to them Honduranians, man. Mulano, where you at? Where you at? Where's Mulano at right now? I'm gonna drop the link on his ass. Let's see if he too scared to come in. I would love to figure out what you doing over there with them chicas, man. But yeah, Honduras is a vibe. Nicaragua will also be a vibe too, and those are the places where your money's gonna stretch and it's gonna be nice. When you start crossing over to Costa Rica, it starts getting up there. When you start crossing over into Panama, it's gonna get up there. You know what I'm saying? And it's a weird thing because it's like those countries. It's like small size. They're like Connecticut. They're like Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island, like squeezed together as far as size. They're not, massive like that, but the drastic change in economics is ridiculous over there. Going from country to country, you say many American women said they couldn't compete with the Honduran chica. It is solid body. Yeah. I want to try something different, man. While I got fellas on the line, so I've been watching some videos, and I was watching some videos of because I know with this red pill situation that we're coming out of, the red pill community, it started with some brothers, then Kevin Samuels came along, and then Fresh and Fit came along, and like I absolutely regret ever spending hours of my life, if I could get those hours back, watching Fresh and Fit, because they just proved to be the most corniest dudes. For me, like, if you're a solid dude, you don't have to be most athletic. You don't have to be, the big dog. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be poor. You don't have to have, hold on one second. You don't have to have no prerequisites. But what's important to me is who you are, the character, the content of your character. And them dudes from Fresh and Fit, like, they were not that. They were playing a role that they were not. They were just corny as hell. And so I seen this video of Chud the Builder. Did you see that? The Chud the Builder dude?
Yeah, he was doing the racist stuff, and then he ended up getting karma hitting him.
Yeah, not enough, but you're when I was growing up, how old are you, Milan?
44.
Okay, so in the same. All right, so when I was growing up, like, sadly, we shouldn't have done that, right? We shouldn't have been doing that. But today, the bullies and the nerds and the weirdos, they are getting to the money, and they're having power of voice, like
I'm not still broke. What are you talking about? Why don't let him lie to y'all?
You look like you living rich over there.
Hey, don't y'all let him fool you. I'm broke. Don't y'all be asking me for no loans. I ain't got it.
I know you don't got it. I know you don't got it. You giving it to the chapeadores over there. Salute, broski. But the Myron situation made me a little mad, because Myron takes every opportunity that he can to say things about Black people. He doesn't say if it's a situation that he been through with certain people. He has things to say about Black people. So he doesn't like us. Cool. But the Chud the Builder situation, bro, it's all I want to say about this situation is every one of these people who believe in freedom of speech, what's the First Amendment? Freedom of speech. Yeah. They choose specifically where they say these things at. They don't go to Chicago and say that. They don't go to Memphis and say that. They don't go to New Orleans and say that. They don't go to Boston and say that. They don't go to New York City and say that. They don't go to Atlanta and say that. They definitely don't go to Houston or LA for sure and say these things. So if you want freedom of speech, somebody should clip this up and pass this out to these people.
Yeah.
From now on, if you freedom of speech to say the N-word and say all of that shit that you got to say about Black people, make sure you say these things in a certified Black community where people can also exercise their their First Amendment rights to you as well.
Yeah.
Stop being cowards. That's the coward shit. We're amongst cowards now, bro. And it's ugly, bro.
I noticed that because I went through that same stuff at my job. Well, I don't have it no more, the Domino's, but a lot of the white dudes, they was like using the N-word and everything, and it was like, we can't stand those dudes in the hood in North Allen. Now I'm like, bro, but what are they doing to you? They're doing nothing. Oh, they call up late, they don't tip. What does this have to do with you? If you don't like it, get another job. Like, I was like, and they were like, well, they do cause trouble. I'm like, bro, the thing about you is you guys only deal with them at work. You never had Black dudes from the hood fight you, beat you up, do all this. So you don't have no reason to hate them. I said, if anything, me and Mix, I should be hating them of all people, but I don't. I said, believe it or not, He's like, oh, they understand you because you're from that area. That's why you get tipped over there. I said, I just respect people and I have a positive attitude. It's not rocket scientists. Anybody could do it. I'm not doing nothing special. Just be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, keep being you. I have to give you your flowers, man. Just do you and stay, you know, stay the way you are, man.
Yeah.
It's funny because you know when I knew who you were, it was probably like 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
When the pandemic hit and me and Drees and Check and Prestige bitch ass and all them other guys and we were all together, you know what I'm saying? Richie Rich, all them guys was over there in DR and we was having a good time when nobody could fly. And then I heard the situation that was going on with you. That's how I knew who you were, from the situation that was going on with you and man, what's his name?
Third Mundo.
Third Mundo. You know what I'm saying? So but you've always remained the same, which is, you can't say that for all these other YouTubers, you know what I'm saying? From, you know, I'm not gonna name names no more because they already know how I feel, but all these guys switch up on you, you know what I'm saying? You see these guys in person and they ain't the same person, which is weird to me, you know what I'm saying? And so
I could agree with that because I've met some guys and I'm like, I know some guys, they're telling on their YouTube, oh yeah, I'm gonna bag this chick, I get these chicks, and bro, will I be with them? Bro, these guys are timid, they're scared to talk to girls. If they get rejected once, that whole week they ain't talking to girls. And their boys are so impressed with my positive energy, their boys want to hang out with me. They're like, yo, you got rejected, but you ain't tripping. I'm like, nah, man, this dude gets rejected, he's done for the whole week. You would say, yo, come hang out, I got free beers for you. And these are European dudes, bro, telling me
that's definitely an admirable skill. I don't like rejection either, so I'll probably shut it down too. Like after the first two, I'm like, I'm good. It's not going well. But
I've been rejected all my life, so it's like whatever. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest. Me and my best friend, bro, he was the dude that they considered tall, dark, and handsome. Like the girls were always on.
Whoa.
Yeah, and he didn't have to work for it. I have to work for it. I have to use my personality. So it just makes me hungrier.
Yeah, I mean, look, keep shooting. I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, guys always ask me, or people always ask me, like, how do you talk to regular women? And I'm like, because it's the default, right? The default to traveling in other countries is when you don't know the language, you're defaulting to the 304s, right? You gonna go straight to the host because it's easy peasy, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of guys get a little frustrated because they don't want to continue dealing with 304s, right?
Yeah.
Look, a man with a appetite, a healthy sexual appetite, he's gonna want to do certain things for multiple times a day and whatever, and enjoy himself. So if you gotta pay for that consistently, I don't care if you big balling or not, you're gonna be like, yo, every time I put the card in the slot, I gotta pay. Like, this is getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? And by the end of the week, you like, damn, I know I budgeted for this, but half of that wasn't even worth it. You know what I'm saying? Half it wasn't worth it.
And even when I came to Boca Chica, it was my first stop. I got addicted. Man, that whole weekend I blew through like 300 or 400. That's my the little Domino's check. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta tighten up. I gotta tighten up.
300 or 400.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Weekend.
How much was they charging you?
I think it was like 50, 60, something like that. But you know, I was going multiple. I was doing multiple. I was just like, if one mess with me, I go do it. You know what I mean? It's like addiction. You know what I mean? Like you said. So I was just like, yo, I gotta chill. I gotta focus on what I came. And like even recently, I met a regular chick, and I was actually supposed to leave. And I was like, I went to a bar. I was just gonna get a couple beers. And I was talking to her. I thought she was like one of those, you know, like we were talking about, like one of them pay for play girls. And she was like, nah, I'm not like that. You know, I don't do that. She said, the most you'll get is kiss from me. We ain't doing nothing. So I ain't about the money. I got my own, I'm not like that. So I was like, yo, after we got off, I'm thinking, I gave her my number. She's going to ghost me, whatever. She was like, I said, where you going after? She's like, oh, I'm going to Babylon. You want to join me? I'm like, yeah. I go to Babylon. She's letting me. I asked her, can I film her? She lets me film her and everything. I got on my video on my thing, shorts, and I filmed her on the live. That was the one of the two girls that was with. Yeah, the dark skin one. She was letting me film her everything. We went to the club, bought 2 drinks, and our cousin came through. Now most people be like, oh, when the cousin comes through, he's gonna be trying to leech off of you, and she's gonna do it. No, she actually got on our cousin like, yo, why are you asking this man for a drink? And I'm not gonna lie, her cousin before, he did look out for me, even though he didn't look out for me because they gave him a Presidente Light, and he asked me that I wanted.
Yo, they said professional trick.
Professional what? Oh, yeah. So, listen. So he was like, yo, you want the Presidente Light?
Hey, yo.
So when we got to the other spot, I looked out for him for a drink, but I got the cheapest kind. And she was
in
like,
the building.
She didn't even want me spending on him. But I was like, yo, he looked out for me for a drink. I'll give him a drink, whatever. And I told him, I said, yo, the white girls might like you. They look pretty good. She's like, what do you mean look good? You like them? I'm like, nah. They got me enough trouble as I'm staying away from them Becky's, bro. I'm sticking to the Brown and Browns. She was like, oh, all right. I'm like, I'm trying to hook your cousin up so he leave us alone. He got lucky, whatever, was talking, whatever, and we just started talking. We started making out and stuff like that, and we end up. I had to go back to the house because I needed to get some more money because we were gonna get food, and then we got to the house, made out. One thing led to another, whatever, and then we ended up going out and getting food, and she didn't ask for no money or nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she probably, I'm just going to give you a heads up. She probably didn't, but maybe later on she's setting up to hit you with, I need to pay the rent. It's $500. Let me get that. So you got to be careful, bro. It happens.
I'll say this. One thing I like about her, she lives in the country. She owns her own house. She doesn't have to pay nothing on it. So mostly the thing I know is the only 2 things she ever asked me was like, maybe give her some money because she needs food for the kids. But she didn't really ask. She said, I just need to get money for food for the kids. And you know how I am. I love the kids. So I'm like, yo, I'll hook the kids up. You know what I mean? Because I know I'm going to get that good karma like I've been doing. So I was like, yeah, I'll look out for the kids, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but the only thing about it, she did ask me for a phone because her thing was messed up. So hold up, pump your brakes. We take care of the kids. Your phone, I could cheapskate Jake that. I could get that fixed. We don't need to buy you a new phone. But the kids are more important. I don't care. I'll give them about 2 or 3 stacks of pesos for the kids. You know what I mean? Because I know it's gonna come back to me in the long run. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy though, and I can't really argue about that rationale. Before, like a year or 2 ago or a year ago, I'd be like, nah, there's no bread going nowhere. But if you're dealing with a shorty and she's spending her time with you and you having a good time with her and you're enjoying life, look, let's go down. I'm gonna go down this list of benefits right now. You're enjoying yourself, which means that you're adding years to your life because you're feeling good. Your endorphins are going crazy. You know what I'm saying? You're keeping your bolas empty, so that's also saving you from probably prostate cancer because they say the studies say you have to bust 21 shots a month to limit your chances of having prostate cancer. So you're doing all of these things. I mean, I never feel good handing somebody money, but I don't mind going to the grocery store and be like, yo, here's a few bags for the crib. Go ahead. Like that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm changing my position, everybody. I don't mind hitting the grocery store and just be like, yo, here, go ahead and get that for the crib and go ahead, take that home and y'all eat for the month or the week or whatever y'all do on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think it goes a long way because I think like if you give a shorty some money, when it runs out, her mind starts clicking about how to ask you for more money or where to get more money from.
Turn into ATM.
Right. But if you buy some groceries like during the week when she reach in for them fucking them rich crackers, she reach in the refrigerator for them rich crackers, you know what I'm saying? She's gonna be like, damn, yo, we eating good because of homeboy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It probably gonna get you some more love, but you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not gonna frown on anybody filling the refrigerator. But if you doing it like if you become the monthly refrigerator filler, like yeah, that's a problem, gang. That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, I'm in
Let me
Los
see.
Serranos now. I don't know if you've been
Yeah,
there.
dude, I have. They got nice beaches over there.
Yeah, I love the beach.
They got a little beach surrounded by mountains. It's dope. Little hills and shit. It's pretty dope.
I be swimming every.
I ain't mad at it, man. The anti-black racists know where they are and protected by YouTube is that YouTube? Protected by YouTube supremacy and are allowed to be wild out. Look, about this Chud the Builder situation. They know. I seen an FBI video that was talking about a guy that infiltrated the FBI. He infiltrated the white supremacist group as an FBI agent, and he was saying that they have a plan in place where they start an incident with a black person, and then it turns into a race riot, and then the military comes in or the National Guard comes in and then starts, you know what I'm saying, turning guns on black people, which usually would happen, right?
They basically setting it up to cause a reason to attack black people. Basically, it's like you pull a tiger's tail, and then the tiger attacks you, and he gets shot. You know what I mean? Like,
this is why I say to my peoples, you know, while the Republicans have control of the government, this is the time that this is the time that black people should be getting their guns up, because if Democrats come back in office, the laws could change a little bit in these states. I know my state is one of those states that it's hard to get guns. They don't want nobody with guns, man. So
yeah,
y'all got to get y'all guns up. What'd you say?
I said in Massachusetts, I told people down in North Carolina, I was like, it's hard to get guns. Like, I said, you guys feel safe because, you know, the white dudes at my job, they was like, oh, yeah, I always stay strapped, da-da-da, you got to get a gun. I'm like, you can't do that in Boston. You actually have to fight. You can't be a bitch. You got to fight. Like you guys,
yeah.
Oh, I get a gun. I got like, come on, man. Like,
nah, you definitely got to fight. You grow up fighting. Like, you start fighting. You just grow up fighting. In Massachusetts, like Boston, you just grow up fighting because you get older, then you can get access to guns when you get money, and then the street shit happens. But, you know, we could talk about that another day. But yeah, man, they tripping. I've been hearing good things about El Salvador too. El Salvador is tough, man. Yeah, it's tough.
El Salvador, San Salvador.
You been over there?
Yeah. Their food is good. I've dated El Salvadoran chick, but she was in the States. Well, actually, two I dated. So they're really good. They're loyal and stuff.
Yeah, very, very loyal shorties. Very good place. People treat you good. They pretty much eradicated or got rid of all of the gang situations going on, which pushed over to probably Honduras. But, you know, from what I hear, now it's Guatemala that's having these problems for some reasons that I'd rather not mention. But, yeah, that's what's going on. JM in the building. Salute. Gang's here. Thank y'all for stopping by. What you about to do?
I'm about to head out.
Yo, Mulano, let me tell you something, bro.
Yeah.
I like you, brother. But don't be putting your mouth in between them girls' legs, bro. You don't know where they been, bro. They liars over there, bro.
What if she's a non-pro?
I don't know. Don't do that, bro. Take her to the clinic first. Take her to the clinic. It costs like it costs 1,500 pesos, bro. Get her checked out, and then you could put your mouth on her, bro. I'm telling you.
What if you couldn't get it up?
What if you had what?
Too much to drink. And what if you had too much to drink and you go soft?
Pause. But yeah, that's when you like they do in baseball when the manager comes to the mound and it says bring in the reliever. That's when you go get one of them Viagras. Don't get one off the street. Get one from the pharmacy. You get them at the pharmacy, and then you keep plugging. But
I heard those things are dangerous though, because they you know, if you're drinking and eating bad and stuff like that. I'm not saying I'm eating bad, but if you're drinking and dehydrate you too.
It plays with your blood pressure, bro.
Yeah.
It plays with your blood pressure. But there is a there is something else that I found out that people been using, and these are injections.
Yeah,
These
but
are
remember,
injections.
BLB. Remember what I'm telling you. My problem is drinking those sweet liquor drinks. That's why I have that, not because of me. If I stay away from them, I'm good. I know that's just.
So you do what they do over there. Just drink beer. You save more
Yeah,
money that way.
But you know, when I was
Or-
with the chick, I didn't expect nothing. I was like, "Oh, we chilling." I'm not expecting to smash on tonight. I was just in my own. You know, you're not you chilling. You know what I mean? You just enjoying her time. You know what I mean? It just led up to that. Like it wasn't
Did you
planned.
go?
Like,
Did you go bareback, son?
we counting my tongue because if that. We count the tongue, yeah. We count
Jesus.
other thing. No.
Eh,
No.
I mean, look. I don't understand. Look. If you put your mouth on her, there's no reason for you to put a condom on after that. Bro. It's not really, like.
Look,
You
as always in my life, I'm half right? Get it? Half right.
Oh my God! this
Had the
dude-
condom on the didn't have it on that.
Oh my God! Hey yo, thank you for stopping by. You got to go?
Yeah, I'm about to head out.
Oh, you cool? All right, thank you for stopping by, y'all. Man, tune in to Mulano. He's active, man. I gotta give him credit. He's active, man. Tune in to Mulano. Sub up, subscribe.
Yeah.
What's your channel? What's your channel? Say?
Where's Milano? Where's
Where
Milano?
is? Okay.
Yeah, where's Milano? I'm actually supposed to leave tomorrow. I think I'm gonna try to head out to La Romana tomorrow.
It's boring. It's boring as hell.
What about the weekends?
The only thing that's popping in La Romana on the weekends is the beach called Playa Bayahibe.
Okay.
That shit is okay. They have La Romana Beach, but Bayahibe is probably your best bet for the weekend.
Okay.
But La Romana is boring as hell, bro. It's like watching paint dry, bro.
Wow. But they got nice beaches to swim at, right?
Not the best beach in between it. The best beach in that area is gonna be anything in Punta Cana. La Romana's beach ain't. It's not ugly. You know what I'm saying?
But, yeah.
It's not ugly, but it's not great.
I've already been there, and it's expensive. You know what I mean? But I'll see. I might be taking a stop in San Domingo.
You might want to try Juan Dolio Beach.
Oh, I
You
already
try
been there.
that. Okay, you've been there.
Okay.
Then Playa Bayahibe. Playa
That was-
Bayahibe, you
that
might like it.
Time when what's his name pulled up on me, Dormundo. That was when we went.
Oh, you was going over there?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, you'll be cool, but the city of La Romana is boring, bro. It's really boring. Yeah.
What about
For
Bané?
me? Bané's dangerous. You can go over there, but you can't be what you do with putting the camera in people's faces over there. They're from like Bané is their people live in Boston.
Yeah.
Like they're Boston people. And you know, a lot of deportees over there, a lot of drug trafficking over there, a lot of bullshit goes over there, a lot of murders over there. So you walking around, I'll give you an example. When Check in Effect went, I had one of my guys walk around with Check. You know what I'm saying? You can't go over there putting cameras in their faces because they'll shoot you over there. Like seriously. But you could try it if you got somebody, if you meet somebody over there that knows people, you could probably maneuver it. But I wouldn't
first and try to.
I wouldn't even ask. I would try to avoid it because it's not even worth it. Ain't even worth the squeeze, bro.
Yeah,
it's a small little town where everybody knows each other, and you know what I'm saying. They into some shit up there.
Third Mundo and Flip Flop said they love Bané.
Oh yeah, there's some bad bitches over there. I'm never gonna lie to you. There's some bad bitches over there.
And Check was
club. Say that again.
Check was filming in the club. Well, not out in that club, outside the bar. Outside the bar.
Yeah, I was with him. I was with him on that video. He was well protected. He was well protected and respected over there. I made sure of that. But you going by yourself with the videos I've seen you drop doing that shit, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, it's
not gonna work over there. They're gonna rob you, bro. They'll rob you on camera and then finish the video. They'll be like, "Yo, I got this nigga." Yo. It's just, and I'm not saying that because that shit is they gangsters over there. There's a lot of bad people that got deported that are back over there, and they trying to get it how they live over there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I might end up checking out La Romana. I mean, I know that's the one I want to go to just to check it out.
You should try. I'll give you some places to try. If you're gonna be over there a little longer, you could try San Cristobal. You try there.
What up to Third Mundo? That's where he lives.
That's where he lives. I don't know if he lives anymore, but then you can also go to Barahona. Barahona has the best water on that island, bro. When you get over there, if you should do videos over there, the water is magnificent, man. And then there's a lot of bad bitches over there too. And you could do your video because it's more of a tourist area, so you could do your shit over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just
but he's a little dicey. All right, bet. I got you. All right, appreciate you.
All right.
Mulano in the building. Appreciate him. Yo, y'all can't do it. Yo, he do. But you know what? He do. I just chalk it up like they not for me. They not my type of joints, but you know what I'm saying? He's enjoying himself. You can't deny that, man. The man's enjoying himself. I have to respect it. You know what I'm saying? I have to respect it. Hold on, shorty mad. No, estoy en vivo en YouTube hablando de viajando y todo eso. Intentando para quitar mi mente de este problema. But yeah, them some hogs. He had a few hogs. He did have a couple. I don't know if they was his, but he had a couple on the video that had some lumps on them. I'll give him that. She ain't asked for no money, but you went back to the crib to get money. Yo, I should have asked him that. Damn, why didn't I read these comments before he got off? Yeah, I should have asked him that. Travelmatic in the building. Salute. What the hell? Mulano 30. Yeah, man. Yeah, he had a video that I wanted to respond to type thing. Hook him up with Mundo BOB. Yeah, they've been beat. Hey, I don't know. They might be friends now. They probably squashed their beef after all of that. But Mulano was definitely waiting at the airport for his ass. I remember that. Funny as hell. That nigga buying. Yo, hey, yo, that might be, that secretly might be his game plan, fellas. He might be doing that because he's getting it on the strength. If he gets it on the strength, bro, it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? And he's enjoying himself. It ain't costing him nothing. Probably a quick pico pollo. Pico pollo is like chicken tenders and fries. You get one of them. Take out, get a pico pollo, and she love you for life. Estaba diciendo que estoy en vivo en YouTube chateando de otras cosas, intentando para enfocar en otras cosas. Yeah. CMOS. Pumpkin seeds. What is you talking about, Ali? Bonnie cheeks imported to Santo Domingo. Yeah, that's your best bet. If you meet a shorty, but here's the problem when you import a Bonnie shorty to Santo Domingo, you're gonna have to pay for her hair to be done, you're gonna have to pay for her nails to be done, you're gonna have to pay for the babysitter, and then you're gonna have to pay for her to be transported. And 6 times out of 10, I'm gonna bet more than 50% that she's gonna ask you to pay for a private car for her to drive. Bani from Santo Domingo is about an hour or something from away. So you putting her in an Uber from an hour and something away, you gonna get charged. And they ain't taking card. They're gonna need cash in hand for that money. It's gonna be probably $60, $70. So I mean, it's tough, but Bani got some of the baddest bitches on that island. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm never gonna lie to you, man. Some bad bitches over there. But I want to get back real quick before we get up out of here. I want to get back to that video of Myron's punk ass. Let me see if I want to play this right quick. Hold on, let me play this real quick. I want to see. This is DJ Academics. DJ Academics had a little video with the bitch ass dude Myron. I want to play this real quick because it pissed me off a little bit.
Let me know if this is out of context. Oh, we should go down the streamer list too, right? They dropped the top 20 streamer list. Okay, here we go. All right. Myron crashes out on academics, fans, and black people for being uncivilized. Let's see.
And then some other Chinese niggas like, I did try out, and they fight and they make rap songs about that shit and create an entire lucrative career. No, bro, there's only one group of people that does that shit, and we know who the fuck it is. And it's like they don't want to deal with the elephant in the room that nigga. And going back to what you were saying with the whole academics thing, like the problem is that a lot of these Wakanda niggas, right? I call them Wakanda niggas, aka it's aka ape. Like they don't understand that everyone is tired of the bullshit, bro. Okay, people are tired of walking around having to worry about getting mugged, having to worry about getting robbed, or having to worry about saying the wrong thing at the wrong time, being called a racist. It's like, bro, get the fuck out of here, man. People say they got black fatigue, nigga. I got black exhaustion.
Okay, I'll pause it there and address that. I do think there is a culturally watching it, like I've seen white people started to act a little bit more like, hey, listen, we're starting to feel second class in this country where they could say this or they could act like this. And what I mean, they're talking about black people, right? And we can't. So like we're walking on eggshells while they could do whatever to express themselves. And I will be honest, obviously in the plight, it's like,
all right, I just wanted y'all to see that real quick. Y'all see, this is Myron. These are, I don't know how many people is gonna see this video, but if a few, it's usually averages. Like when I do this long hiatus, it'll be about 100, maybe 200, but hopefully it goes up. But anyways, it is what it is. Whoever sees this video, we have an abundance, for people that have negative things to say about black people. And this also encompasses, we're talking about sorry for everybody else, we're talking directly about black Americans, right? This don't mean Africans. Sorry, Ali, you ain't in this. This don't mean none of the island boys, none of that. None of the UK brothers or the Canadian brothers. We love you, but we ain't talking about y'all. We talking strictly FBA black Americans, right? We're talking about ancestral slavery derived black ninjas, black American ninjas. We're talking about us because we are the ones that always bear the brunt of everything, right? And what do I mean by that? A Haitian dude does something in the States, it's black Americans' fault. African brother does something in the States, it's black Americans' fault. Black Americans do something, it's black American. It doesn't matter. We're always the blame, because what people don't understand is when there's certain situations that happen, they clump us all together. And it seems like it's only, It's the people from Africa and the islands that tend to try to separate themselves from us when the negative shit starts to happen. So he said something about black fatigue and all of that shit. Let me go down the list. And again, before I preface this by saying that I have white people that I love, that I will kill for, that I will die for. In my family, friends that have been down with me from day one. I am not Dr. Umar or I don't have that part of me inside of a Malcolm X where, you know, the earlier Malcolm X, the older Malcolm X, he started to realize that things were a little bit broader. But for white folks, let's go down this list. White folks historically are some demonic people. Demonic people. Evil under the dictionary has white people next to it. They painted him red, but he's white. Pointy nose, all that, like he's white. The devil. White people have done devilish shit to almost every ethnic race in the world, everywhere. And what fascinates me, fellas, what fascinates my mind is that we are looked at, Black Americans are looked at as the most aggressive, violent, demonic people in the world, when if you go back, you can go back to BC. You know what I'm saying? You can go back to AD, you can go to AD. You can come a little further to the Crusades when they were killing people just because of bull. You can go to the Salem witch trials, the Puritan times. Like, white people have done some horrific shit. The one thing is, out of the millions that makes my stomach turn, that makes me almost vomit, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, is how the Asian community, Asian women, love them some white guys, not understanding that their countries have been ravaged by policies and wars caused by white men. There was no black pilots on the Mueller or whatever Marla Mueller Gay, whatever that plane was that dropped the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. There was no black pilots. There was no black politicians in office to wage war on Vietnam or Korea or drop bombs on Iraq. We had a hybrid that was the leader of, or was the general at the time, Colin Powell, but he received orders from the top, and that was white. I don't understand why we get so much smoke when it's like people they control the conditions around us to then get a reaction inside of this fish tank. Let's just say, imagine in this fish tank, they control the environment. So they control the surroundings of that environment, and they add these variables in this environment that make things happen or reactions happen in that environment. And then they point fingers at us because of the conditions that we're in that are a direct result of them. Right. And you hear this fatigue, or you hear certain people say certain things, and it always comes back to, like, we stay out the way. The last situation that we had where people were marching up and down the streets was probably the George Floyd situation, where, you know, people was out, or BLM movement and the things that we've been out the way for a while. But it seems like every time you turn on the TV, or every time you turn on a podcast, or every time you read an article, there is something that refers back to black people. And unfortunately, I know I got some brothers in here that are conservatives, which be a conservative. I used to be a person that subscribed to be like, yo, you're a black conservative. Nah, get up out of here. But nah, I understand some reasons why guys vote conservative. The Democratic Party is a mess right now, and they've been letting us down for years. But particularly in the conservative movement, you'll get this black fatigue. You'll get this disdain for black people and the culture when we are a product of what happens, right? We're a product of what they've created for us, right? And so I see guys like Myron, which we all followed and accepted into the community that we had, and he turns around and shitted on us, right? And so I say all of that to say this, with love, I'm saying this. It's time for Black Americans to just do their own and not be accepted, except to not be accepting to everyone else. We need to just get our own shit together and continue to move the way we're doing it. You Black brothers and sisters are starting to gain more wealth. We're starting to see more money. There is still a disparaging economic situation in our inner cities, or in our Black communities. But at the same time, there are people getting to the money and getting to the bag and living a little better and moving in positions of power. Not enough, but it's happening. But at the same time, we're still getting blamed for everything. The last time I checked, this is the portion where I say the last time I checked. The last time I checked, I haven't seen a school shooter that was Black. The last time I checked, there's no Black people that's in the big E files. None of them. The last time I checked, there's nobody in the current administration's cabinet that is in a position of power that is making decisions to rob this country blind that's Black. The last time I checked, we didn't make a decision to go to war with Iran, which Iran properly came back and said, yo, fellas, Black people, we know y'all ain't with this. They made the videos and they said, we know y'all ain't, we know this ain't what y'all want. Germany, World War II, they did the same thing. They said, Black brother, this ain't your war. Korea, Black brothers Korea and Vietnam, classic music came out about us being against that war, and we was against that war. Black people don't want to go to no goddamn war and fight for nobody unless we got to. You start fucking with us personally, we're gonna go to war with it. But these motherfuckers in the Middle East have never done nothing to us. In fact, they've showed us love, respect, acceptance, taught us their culture, converted people over to Muslim and converted people over to Islam, and showed them how to find peace within their life and in their heart and family. They've made criminals, they've turned criminals into good men with the religion of Islam, if you read the Quran for what it's exactly supposed to be meant for. But white folks want to tell us that, that ain't it. When people start waking up, people of color or of ethnicity starts waking up and seeing the game that's being played, because white people are scared, fellas. They're scared because their numbers are dwindling. They're not having babies, and our numbers keep going up. Remember, they used to demonize us. Junebug got like 7 kids and don't take care of none of them. That's not the reason why they were mad. They were mad because we were starting to outpace them, and we're growing to the point where there's going to be a world where everybody is a shade of something or mixed with something. So when this dude Chud the Builder was running around doing what he do, it hurts me. It hurts me that it is allowed for you to walk around and call people niggas and monkeys and chimping out to their face. It hurts me. It's a hurtful word. And it makes me angry at some point. The conservative group, and I'm no longer a Democrat, so don't come over here saying I'm a liberal. Trust me, I've got a lot of conservative views, a lot of them. But when you allow this type of behavior, right? And then you sit there and say, yeah, we need to be able to talk more and less violence. Well, let me go through that real quick. This country, the country of the United States of America, was founded and constructed on violence. Our presidents are consistently showing us that they resolve everything by violence. Iran's never done anything to us. 47, they pumped this shit 47 years into our. Here's what happened in the last 47 years. We found out they had oil, we wanted it. We started meddling in their elections. We put people inside of there. We put people in places and assassinated people to put our people in place so that they can do what we want. We've done that all over Africa. The United States has done that all over the Middle East. The United States couldn't try to do that in Russia, but Russians was like, nah. China was like, nah. You understand what I'm saying? We did it all over South America. The Ecuadorians are the biggest. If you go to Ecuador, they'll tell you quickly, America fucked us. The only thing they left us with is their money, right? Ecuador is one of the only, I think there's 2 countries in the world outside of the United States that use the US dollar as their main currency. I think Venezuela uses dollar now, and sometimes a little bit in Cuba. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, we fucked a lot of countries over. That's what started this 47-year beef with the United States and Iran. We fucked them people. We went in there trying to fucking drain them of their resources, just like we do everywhere else in Africa. This is why homeboy in Burkina Faso, he's gonna die soon. He is gonna die. His time is limited. He will die because they want him dead. The Western powers want him dead because he no longer wants, like Fidel Castro did not want to wake up every morning, walk down the street and see everybody making money off of his country except the people of that country. So he's going to die soon. Unfortunately, he doesn't know it. He probably has an understanding that they probably trying to get him. But this is what America does. This is what we're founded on. We're founded on violence. Violence. Police officers, National Guard officers, FBI, they're taught to return violence. They're taught to return violence before they're taught how to psychologically deal with an issue. In fact, I'll go a little further. There is no police force that I know of, maybe I'm wrong, that is teaching their officers how to deal with problems that need a psychological hand and how to diffuse a situation. They're not taught that. They're taught to gather information, and if there's no compliance, they're taught to just put down. How many times have we seen police officers put a guy down suffering or a woman suffering from mental illness? Because they're not taught to understand that. This country is founded on violence. Everything that we do is violent. And the reason why they keep telling you not to be violent is because they are afraid if we rise and return violence with violence that they can't control us. This is what they're afraid of. So when political leaders and activists and political people come into your neighborhoods and say anything they fucking want to say to you, and they tell you it's my First Amendment right, you should be more intellectually stable or more emotionally stable and use intellect versus violence because of the words that they're saying, coming up to you saying you're chimping or nigga. Fuck that. I learned from the masters that we had in slavery that violence is the way that you solve problems. Violence in the end gives you control. Violence is power. Am I telling you guys to go out and do violence? Yes, I'm telling you guys to go out and do violence. I'm telling you guys to be violent because that's what we were taught. I'm telling you guys that if somebody around you calls you a nigga to your face, put him the fuck down. I'm telling you guys, if they start playing with you because of the color of your skin, put them the fuck down. I'm telling you guys that don't let nobody disrespect your race. Don't let nobody say that you're Haitian and you eat dogs and cats. Put them the fuck down, because that's what we've been taught from the beginning, from kindergarten, from preschool, to enact violence. United States is the most violent country in the fucking world. And you're going to try to subdue us because we're doing what's natural to us? No, violence. They don't listen to words. They listen to violence. And Myron is a product of being scared of people being violent. Myron wants to walk around, and people like Myron wants to walk around and say anything that they want to say to black people when they don't have to say. You don't have to call me a nigga. You could just be like, bro, I don't fuck with you. You're an asshole, bro. Get the fuck up out of here. You the way you are, look, you're a bum. Like, look at you. You in the fucking Walmart stealing. Like, bro, you're a bum. Get out of here. You could say that, but he chose, or they choose to say the word you're a nigger, or you're unintelligent, you have low IQ. No, we are going to return that with violence, because that's what the country taught us. And when the country decides to be better and not drop bombs on children and not go to war for bullshit, or not fight for oil, or not kidnap a dictator because we want to take over his fucking ports, or not threaten Cubans, or not fucking do things that enact violence or be violent to other people, when the country starts showing us to be better, we'll do better. But for now, I'm calling for fucking violence when people start doing shit to us. I'm tired of us being nice. Violence. I choose violence. I choose violence. I choose violence every fucking time, because these black people that are in their fucking homes, in their neighborhoods, they're doing what they do every day. And white folks, or people, even Indians and other ethnic groups that have something to say about these people that don't live in those fucking communities, or are not suffering from the problems that are created, not by all the time us. And I'm not going to say some of our situations, some of it is caused by us. Some of us are some lazy motherfuckers. Let's be clear. But when you start fucking calling me out my name and think it's because of your First Amendment right, you're going to receive violence. You're going to receive it from me. Promise you that. I promise y'all that. You will receive violence from me. And I said this, and I put it on here, and I thought about this before I said it. I'm going to fucking react with violence, because my country, the United States of America, has taught me nothing but violence. We've been at war for fucking 30 years, some way, somehow. 30 years. I don't have $1 billion in the bank. Money's power, yes. But I got these, and I got those, and I'm going to use them motherfuckers. If you call me a nigga to my face, so leave me the fuck alone. Leave us alone. Be mad at the system. Be mad at those folks over there that's causing these wars in the Middle East. Be mad at them. Don't fuck with us. Leave us out the way. Because I'm telling my black people, every single one of y'all that hears me, Africans, Caribbeans, Canadians, Ghanaians, whoever the fuck that got some melanin in their skin, react with violence. Return it. They don't listen to anything else. They don't listen to anything else. We've been trying to talk. Martin was talking, but they got scared when Malcolm started fucking moving. They got scared when Fred Hampton and them started moving. So if you don't want no problems with us, don't cause no problems. I don't cause problems with people. I don't go into a place looking. I've never been that dude that walked into a place and tried to assert my dominance over people. Nah, bro, we just trying to have some fun and get out the fucking way. I'm trying to get some money. I'm trying to listen to some music, maybe cut a little rug. That means dancing. Maybe leave up out of here with something that I can hunch on a little later. That's it. Take care of my family. Make sure we good. I try to stay the fuck out the way. And if I got an op that I'm trying to get to, that problem is between me and my op. It ain't got nothing to do with you white folks. Last time I checked, there wasn't a mass casualty happening in any state in the world, any state in the country, that where black people is killing white people proportionally. And so leave us the fuck alone. But if you keep fucking with us and keep saying these nigga shit to our face, walking around putting it on video, and all those people we see y'all cheering in the back of them videos and asking for autographs from guys like Chud and Myron, we will return that with violence. Y'all got to be up. Tired of playing with these people. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die for principles. Violence. We've been taught it since kids. Let's just do what the great United States of America has taught us for generations. We don't resolve things diplomatically. We resolve it with violence. Strength is violence. That's just what they taught us. We don't come in and sit down and talk to a dictator. Yo, can we do this? Can we do that? Nah, I can't. Yo, what you think? We could just, yo, I'm gonna give you some money over here. We do that over there. Nah. We taking it, bitch. Violence. We've been violent from the beginning. This country, again, was founded on violence. There was a war that happened that built that shaped this country from being free. It was violence. I don't give a fuck if you 19, 18, 17, you say some shit to me sideways, I'm putting you the fuck down. And all black people should do the fucking same, because they ain't listening to us. They keep fucking with us, and we out the way. So that's all I gotta say, man. I'll see y'all next week, or maybe this weekend. I might have a recap, because I found a little gem. I found a little spot that I want to talk about, but I gotta go do some research. But maybe I'll see y'all this weekend, but definitely next week. I'm out of here. It's B.O.B. Thank y'all for stopping in. Thank y'all for my guys that's been with me from day one. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And please take what I said seriously, man. Fucking violence.